There's a quiet power that certain men have, a kind of presence that draws women in without them even trying. It's not about being the loudest in the room, the best looking, or the richest. It's about understanding the subtle psychological and emotional cues that trigger attraction, without forcing it. Because when you understand how to engage a woman's mind and emotion at the same time, you've stopped chasing. She starts noticing. She starts wondering. And before you know it, she's the one chasing you. Here are 5 psychological tricks that flip the script and make women pursue you. 1. The curiosity gap technique. One of the most powerful emotions in the human brain is curiosity. It's the same thing that keeps people glued to a good movie, turning the pages of a novel, or replaying a text conversation trying to figure out what you meant. The mistake most men make. They tell everything too soon. They explain too much. They leave no mystery. But mystery isn't about playing games. It's about leaving emotional space for her to wonder. Instead of saying, "I had a boring day at work," say something like, "Work was interesting today. I'll tell you about it when I see you." You've now opened a curiosity loop in her mind, something that needs closure. And women love emotional closure. Or if she asks what you're doing and you're heading somewhere unique, try meeting someone who's about to change how I think about a few things. You don't need to explain, just let her mind fill in the blanks. Curiosity builds emotional investment, because when a woman starts wondering about you, she's already thinking about you. 2. The emotional mirror effect. Here's a truth that most men overlook. People don't fall for what's perfect. They fall for what feels familiar. When a woman feels emotionally understood, she feels safe, and safety is the foundation of connection. The emotional mirror effect is about subtly matching her energy, her tone, and even her emotional rhythm, without imitating or overdoing it. If she's speaking softly, you slow your pace. If she's joking and playful, you meet her there. If she's opening up about something deep, you hold space for it. No jokes, no quick fixes. You're not trying to impress her, you're tuning into her frequency. And here's the secret. When she feels that emotional sync, her brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It's the same one released during intimacy. That's why she starts to feel closer to you, even if she can't explain why. You're giving her an emotional experience, not just a conversation. 3. The Absence Amplifier. Most men think attraction is built through constant presence. It's not. It's built through contrast. Through absence. When you're always around, always available, always the one texting first, you kill curiosity. But when you step back, when you create subtle distance, she starts to feel your absence. And that feeling can be powerful. It's not about ignoring her, it's about pacing the connection. Here's how it works. After a great interaction, don't immediately follow up. Let that energy breathe. Let her sit with the emotions she felt when she was around you. Because when she feels that void, that small emotional silence, her brain does something interesting. It starts replaying your words, your smile, your energy. That's how you go from being just another guy to the man she can't stop thinking about. Space amplifies attraction, not because of what you're doing in it, but because of what she's feeling in your absence. 4. The subtle reward principle. Women are naturally drawn to men whose approval feels earned. It's psychological. What comes too easily, we don't value. This doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means being intentional with your validation. Most men overpraise early on. You're so beautiful. You're amazing. You're perfect. It's sweet, but it's predictable. And predictability kills emotional tension. Instead, give your approval like a reward, not a routine. When she says something thoughtful, that's when you acknowledge it. That's actually a really intelligent way of looking at it. When she puts in effort to meet you, dress well, or open up emotionally, that's when you notice and say something like, "I appreciate that about you." Not everyone takes the time to show that kind of presence. Now your words mean something. You're reinforcing the behaviors that deepen the connection, while subtly setting a higher emotional standard. You become the man whose validation matters. And once your approval feels earned, she starts chasing it, not consciously, but emotionally. 5. The power of controlled vulnerability. Women don't want a man who's emotionally shut off, but they also don't want one who emotionally collapses. The balance. Controlled vulnerability. It's when you share something real, a story, a belief, a personal truth, but you do it from a place of strength, not to seek sympathy, but to express authenticity. Example, there was a time I tried to please everyone until I realized it just made me lose myself. That kind of honesty doesn't make you look weak. It makes you human. Because here's the thing, emotional connection happens when you risk being seen. Most men hide behind bravado or humor, but when you can reveal something genuine, women feel that courage. It communicates emotional depth, and emotional depth is magnetic. The key is control. You're not dumping your emotions, you're owning them, and that ownership makes you powerful. Final thoughts. Attraction isn't a game of chasing. It's a dance of energy, timing, and understanding human psychology. These 5 principles, the curiosity gap, emotional mirror effect, absence amplifier, subtle reward, and controlled vulnerability, work because they engage both the mind and the heart. They trigger the emotions that make a woman think about you, feel safe with you, and want to be around you. But remember, none of this works if it's not rooted in authenticity. Women can sense when a man is pretending. They can feel when the energy doesn't match the words. Because the truth is, women chase the man who doesn't need to be chased. The man who's centered, grounded, emotionally intelligent. The man who knows his worth. When you become that man, you don't have to make women say yes. They want to.